This is the tutorial for your book trailer project number 8. And I think I'm starting pretty much where we left off after 7. We already had pictures thrown in. This is one that I just kind of threw together as a review. So there are pictures and this little video clip here that I'm going to have to either cut from the project or decide to purchase this little 10-second video clip from my book trailer. In any case, I know that I showed you in 7 how to highlight all of these and then right click and set to frame size so that you could make sure that all of the photos either touch the top and bottom or the sides, one or the other. Do not think I showed you how to scale certain ones to have them completely cover the canvas. So all of your slides that you're going to put text on, you want to make sure that there aren't any of these black bars. So you will click on the photo. Just having the blue bar isn't going to help. You need to make sure that they're not all still highlighted, but click on the picture. And hold on one second. So when you minimize it, if it's still white, just click outside of it so that they are pink again. And that way you'll be able to click on an individual slide or picture to work on. So we'll drag this forward again so I can see the slide that we're working on. Click on that slide and it's blue sky background. That's the one that you're working on here. If we make this panel a little bit bigger, you can see blue sky background, background, so you know we're working on the same picture that we have clicked. So right here it says scale. I clicked effect controls. Make sure you have that picture chosen. This should show up. And then click the arrow next to scale. And you can make it smaller in this case, make it larger to where it covers the entire canvas so that you can work with the text and not run into difficulties. Now you can also change the size of certain pictures if you care to. So this one, because it's almost the correct size as far as full frame, I'm going to go ahead and make it full frame to where we can still see the girl and the bottom of her dress. And then if I go up to position, I can move her left or right, try to center her. I can't go too far because I want to keep it there. If for some reason her head ended up way up here, you know, you can move it down to where she's centered. So you can just kind of play around with these scale and position buttons. And when you do it, you just kind of hover over it and you can see those little arrows on your screen, and that's how you move them. So just kind of work through, either let it play through. These slides, to increase that one, I might leave alone. Obviously, I need to fix that one. So just kind of look through the ones and decide, I'm going to make that one a little bit bigger. Might actually make that one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one. But just kind of play around with them. If you look at a picture and you say, I wonder if it would look better, a little smaller, a little bigger, give it a shot. The other thing that I believe I asked you to try were the transitions. So again, you just click on a transition, and that is also under effects. and then video transitions, and just try as many as you can and write down the names of the ones that you do not like, and write down the names of the ones, at least 3 or 4, that you really like. The one that's highlighted in blue like this, that's the default transition. That means if you were to make all of these slides very small again, there we go, and highlight all of them, and choose Film Dissolve. I believe, I don't think we have to drag it. Let's see, because we might have to. Yep, let's try dragging it over. And if we drag this over, I think it goes on all of the slides. If not, I will work on that because there is a way to get it to do that. Okay, I'm going to have to get back with you on how to put that default transition on all of the slides. At this point, I want you experimenting with different transitions anyway, but I will let you know as soon as I figure that one out. Some other things I want to make sure I mention is that if you make a mistake, you can click on Edit and Undo, and you can also hit Control Z. And let's say you end up with a space somewhere in between your slides that you don't want. Click on that space, right click, and it'll say Ripple Delete, and it gets rid of that space. So as you're looking at all your slides, any space that shouldn't be there, you can get rid of it easily. If you want to move one of your slides somewhere else, all you need to do is click on it, drag it up, and then go to the other slide that you want to maybe swap positions with. And again, this might be where you want to make things a little bit smaller so that you can see them. And you can drag this one up to that spot, and drag this over here, and drag that one over there, and then just bring them down into the location. And again, if you have an empty space, well, you can do one of two things. You can either do this Ripple Delete, or you can drag clips to make them longer or shorter. So let's say this picture is too long. You can just drag it and make it a little bit shorter. Let's say you want this one a little bit longer. You can do that. Obviously, your picture slides, you're going to want them shorter than your text slides. So you're going to have to make way for that. So for example, on this text slide, so that you guys can get started there, learn from my mistakes. So let's see, click on the T. That's your text or typing tool. Once you click on that, instead of the arrow, come up here and you kind of see how it changes a little bit. Go to the top corner and click and drag this lovely red box onto the slide. Now that's your typing area, and you'll have a lot of choices as far as font, color, and so forth. Hold on. When you're ready to type right into the box, you've got a couple different options. If you click on Effect Controls, you'll see some typing options here as far as choosing the font here and some colors, sizes, do you want it centered, and so forth. But you can also click, let's see, it was either effects or graphics. Let me see. All right, effects. If you're on Browse, Adobe Premiere has some pre-made or template slides that might work great for you. You can kind of scroll through them. Some of them are free, some of them cost money. But if you like the background of some of them, might be great. For my particular book, this blasted one was kind of nice. Let's see. Or you just go to edit and you have the same information here that you had over on this other side. So you can choose your font, whatever you like. And do you want it centered? And so forth. But basically, the best idea is to just start typing and see what happens. So let's see. Selena wants to get away from Maeve. Let's see. Because she is one scary lady. Okay, obviously I misspelled scary here. Let's get rid of that typo there. Let's get, okay. Now, you're saying, well, that doesn't look very good. So let's click on our selection tool again. And let's start playing around with some of these buttons here. So we can center that. And then let's see what this one does. Okay, it kind of moves the box itself up, down, right, left. That one makes it a little bit bigger. Let's come down here. Ooh, makes the font a lot larger. I like that one. And then we can click here, center it, or you could have it all on one side. And then there are other things that you can do as well. You might want to watch some tutorials for that, but there are ways to have it roll in, do some crazy things. I know that there's a way to add color to certain parts of it. I just haven't played around with it enough to figure that out. So just kind of experiment with it. Getting the information onto the slides is your priority. So you want to have your picture, text, get your text onto the slides. Once you have all 10 slides of text or more, and you've got your pictures and you've pretty much got it where you want it, you know you've got the basics down. That's when you're going to copy and paste the information that you've placed on your text slides into a Word document so we can submit that to check it for grammar and spelling errors. And then once you've done that, that's when you can just start playing with this. And, you know, let's see, can I make Maeve kind of, you know, fly in, or, you know, can I make this 3D to where it kind of zooms in and zooms out throughout the movie? And at any point, you can hit play and watch as your movie goes through. As soon as you're finished writing out your text for your text slides, then we can add music. Now, something else I wanted to mention about the text slide. Let's hit play and see if we have enough time to actually read all of the text that's on the slide. Selena wants, okay, we're in trouble there, so we're going to stop and we need to fix this. So we can do a couple different things. We can make this smaller so that we can grab these slides and give us some space. So that we can maneuver that one. Okay, so we'll highlight those and then drag it down to create some space. Now we can move these slides over. Let's make this larger again. Okay, it's a little bit too far. Okay, now we have some room to kind of maneuver. And just drag these slides along, move them down, make them shorter, make them longer, or just move them. All right, so this is our text. And we want it to show up over that background, the gray background. The reason the blue is showing is because that's where the little blue, there we go, blue bar is located. We'll drag this so that it meets the edge of that one. All right, let's see how much time we have here before it flips to the next slide. Selena wants to get away from Maeve because she is one scary. Okay, you would lose points for that. So read it slowly, read it out loud, and if you don't have enough time to read the text without speed reading it, then you need to lengthen your text slide. So we're going to drag that over. And drag the text that goes on top of it. And we're going to play it again and see if we have enough time. Selena wants to get away from Maeve because she is one scary lady. Okay, if we absolutely had to, we could probably shorten that by a second, but it's okay the way it is. It's better to be safe and have it a little bit too long than have it be too short so that when I go to grade it, I can't check the grammar and the spelling because the text slide isn't up long enough before it switches to a picture. So I would make it 1 second longer before I would make it 1 second shorter. So get your text up on your slides today, and if you get all of that completed, we will add your music. And that's just as easy as adding the pictures. You'll go get your music clips like you did the pictures, drag them in here or import them, drag them onto the audio line, and you'll start making some cuts and trims, but I'll do another tutorial on the music part of it later. Have a great day. I hope you get all 10 text slides completed today.